8s, standard open, get 3-bet by Mendizu, and now I've been opening quite a bit, so this could definitely be a light 3-bet. He's definitely capable, so we're just going to flat and play the pot and possibly show down on some good flops for us, but get a king, queen, 7 flop, and just a lot of the hands that he's going to 3-bet us late with are probably unsuited type Broadway hands, and some suited connectors, but it's going to be tough to try and check call and show it down on this type of board. And we do have like blocker 8s to some of the suited connectors. I mean, it's not a huge thing to really look into to determine whether or not he has suited connectors or not, but either way, I just decided to check fold here, I believe. Well, he does check back, so when he does that on a board like this, it's even more likely for him to have something like ace queen or jacks or 10s. If he did 3-bet something like ace 10 or ace jack pre-flop, this is like a really great board for him to just bet and try and take it down against some kind of hand like I have here that was just calling pre because we're really deep. So I'm not going to try and I could I don't really put him on many kings for checking back the flop in this 3-bet pot, so I could definitely just try and go balls to the walls here and like bet 420, 450 on the turn here, and then bet either pot maybe on the river or 3/4 or something like that, and really put him to a decision. But it's kind of high variance, and he definitely could check back. I mean, it's a $6,000 buy-in, so players are playing pretty well and tricky. So I can't really just say he never has a king here for checking back. I just don't think he does. I think it's a lot less likely. So I wouldn't mind that bet. But again, like, you don't have to get too crazy in every single pot. I'm just trying to give options for what I could have done. But again, I just check it here and try and show down, but he bets, and we're going to go with the read that we're most likely behind and just fold it. Then we get aces, and we decide to flat here. We were 3-betting a decent bit earlier, but when we look back, it's kind of been a while since we've 3-bet. Yeah, we've just been opening basically since then and flatting a little bit, and he's opening under the gun 1, and I'm under the gun 2, or MP1, whatever. It's not a spot where I'd want to. I feel like I'd flat much more often than I'd 3-bet, so I definitely want to balance that range as well sometimes by having aces in it, and just getting some more value post flop and being able to back up my bluffs a little bit more. So I just decided to flat here and get a pretty decent flop, and he just bets a little over half pot, and he's seen us flow with the king jack now against him earlier, so I think it's good to just, for now, flat again. I mean, this is the type of board again where I'm going to want to, there's not even a flush draw, so I'm just going to be flatting most of my range to the c-bets, especially when he's opening under the gun 1. And it's kind of a scary turn for us. It's definitely not the best, but if he bets again, I'm not going to fold or anything. He could definitely just put me on a ace jack, queen jack type hand and try and get value with king queen or ace king or something like that, or just have a bluff. So either way though, he checks, and we're going to definitely bet for value, and bet for value on the river as well if he check calls. He could definitely just be trying to pot control ace king or king queen type hand as well, like fearing that I might just turn 2 pair or something like that. Or float it with ace queen or queen 9 suited, something like that as well. So definitely don't want to miss any value from that. And of course, he could have queen jack or ace jack and just check call and not believe me. So we bet get called, 10s on the river, and there shouldn't be too many 10s in his range. It's just pretty unlikely. The jack on the turn means that he should want to bet any type of 2 pair he has, because he should fear that I might have ace jack or queen jack and just want to check behind, or if I have king queen, I might want to check behind for pot control. So he would probably want to bet those again, and that would include jack 10, I believe. I don't think he'd check call it on the turn. And ace 10 or something, queen 10, maybe he would check call, but I feel like he'd probably want to barrel that hand more often than check call it. So there's not, I'm not really too concerned about him having a 10 after check calling the turn. So, I'm definitely still want to bet for value. And like, it's even, I mean, I'm not putting him on 2-pair in the turn anyway, so it just really doesn't. I mean, it basically just doesn't change anything. So I shouldn't feel any worse about my hand. And if I was pretty confident that I was ahead of his range on the turn, then I should feel just as confident on this river, I believe.